Hello and welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to TRUreporting. It is the 6th of June, and on today's podcast, we'll be covering an article at VentureBeat entitled, "The U.S. Moving Toward Major Antitrust Probe of Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google." So it seems to me that the U.S. government is gearing up to go after these huge technocrat giants and hopefully fixing the problem, and we all know what that problem is. But before we get into this, my friends, would you please welcome my new sponsor, Noble Gold. Hey guys, did you know Father's Day is coming up? June 16th. So for this Father's Day, instead of the usual instantly forgotten aftershave or amusing mug or t-shirt, why not get him something really special, something unforgettable, something as unique as it is legendary? For this Father's Day, Noble Gold has combined their best-selling Freedom 2020 President Trump 1-ounce silver coin and their 10-ounce United We Stand silver bullion bar into an unforgettable twin set. For Father's Day, Noble Gold is offering these sensational sets with a $30 discount when you use my code TRUreporting30. So show your dad how special he is and order yours today. Thanks. All right, guys, it's good to have you aboard. Let's go ahead and hop into it. This is TRUreporting. So as I said before, the U.S. is moving toward major antitrust probe of Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google. From Rutgers, the U.S. government is gearing up to investigate whether Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google misused their massive market power, sources told on Rutgers on Monday, setting up what could be an unprecedented wide-ranging probe of some of the world's largest companies. The Federal Trade Commission and the Department of Justice, which enforce antitrust laws in the United States, have divided oversight over the four companies, two sources said, with Amazon and Facebook under the watch of the FTC and Apple and Google under the Justice Department, the DOJ guys. With jurisdiction established, the next step is for the two federal agencies to decide if they want to open formal investigations. Results are not yet likely to be quick. A previous FTC probe of Google took more than 2 years. Technology companies facing a backlash in the United States and across the world, fueled by concerns among competitors, lawmakers, and consumer groups that the firm have too much power and are harming users and business rivals. Shares of Facebook fell 7.5% on Monday, while Google's owner Alphabet shed more than 6%. Amazon.com shares fell more than 4.6%, and Apple dipped 1%. The Justice Department and FTC generally do not discuss investigations. U.S. President Donald Trump has called for closer scrutiny of the social media companies and Google. So when we go up here to this, results are not likely to be quick. A previous FTC probe of Google took more than 2 years. This was not under the Trump administration, so I'm hoping that it will move swiftly. It needs to be. These people need to be readjusted. They are out of line. They are out of control, and they're too big. They're taking too much away from other companies. They're censoring. They're running the show, and it's not fair. We need a fair playing ground. We need free speech. We need to not be censored. We don't need to be smeared and demonetized. This doesn't need to take place any longer. Let's have an equal playing field. So we see here, again, Donald Trump has called for the closer scrutiny of social media companies and Google, accusing them of suppressing conservative voices online without presenting any evidence. Happens every day. He has repeatedly criticized Amazon for taking advantage of the U.S. Postal Service, also without evidence. Trump has frequently taken aim at Amazon's chief executive Jeff Bezos, who privately owns the Washington Post, CIA, a newspaper which often criticizes Trump. Lawmakers weigh in. Leading lawmakers on both sides of the aisle welcome potential investigations of big tech firms. Well, yeah, because they have massive lawyers in the in their corner. So, Senate Judiciary Committee Chairman Lindsey Graham, a Republican, told Rutgers that the business model of the companies like Google and Facebook needs to be scrutinized. Absolutely. It's got so much power, he says, and it's so unregulated. Again, Trump isn't all about regulation, but, when push comes to shove, come on, guys. We are being drowned out here. We don't even have a word anymore. If you say anything out of line, your channel gets demonetized or you get banned off Twitter. Anything goes. You get censored on Facebook. We don't have a voice in the matter, which is not good. And I tweet out to Donald Trump all the time talking about, please stand up for us. We're getting strangled here, right? Continuing forward, another Republican Senator, Marsha Blackburn, said the panel would do what she called a deeper dive into big tech companies. Democratic Senator Richard Blumenthal, who said on Monday that the U.S. enforcers have to do more than wring their hands about the company's clout, also weighed in. Their predatory power grabs demand strict and stiff investigations and antitrust actions, the Connecticut senator wrote on Twitter. Separately, the House of Representatives Judiciary Committee opened its own investigation into competition in digital markets, with both Republicans and Democrats expressing concern about the power exercised by tech giants. News broke on Friday that the Justice Department was laying the groundwork to investigate Google to determine whether the world's biggest online advertising platform was using its size to squeeze out smaller competitors. Yes, they are, violating laws also designed to ensure fair competition. Yeah, they're violating laws, obviously. The company declined comment on Monday. The Washington Post, CIA, reported on Saturday that Amazon would come under the remit of the FTC in any probe. Amazon declined comment on Monday. People briefed on the matter say neither the Justice Department nor the FTC have contacted Google or Amazon about any probes, and that company executives are unaware of what issues regulators are reviewing. Apple and Facebook did not immediately reply to a request for comment on Monday. The regulatory scrutiny. While the four technology companies, all worth hundreds of billions of dollars, have drawn scrutiny from regulators and lawmakers around the world, it was not clear what the U.S. Justice Department or FTC plan on focusing on. Amazon, the world's biggest online retailer, has been criticized for holding sway over third-party sellers on its website. That's so wrong. Who must pay for the advertising to compete against first-party and private label sales by Amazon itself? Doesn't Amazon have enough? How greedy can these people be? Lawmakers have also argued that Amazon's low prices have hurt brick-and-mortar retailers, many of whom have closed because they cannot compete. Yeah, like amazing department stores you could walk through back in Christmas. Remember that? Back in the mall days? That's what I miss. Apple is subject of a European Union investigation into a complaint made by streaming music provider Spotify that Apple abuses its power over app downloads. Good Lord. In 2014, the iPhone maker settled a Justice Department lawsuit alleging it conspired with publishers to raise the price of ebooks. The FTC has already been investigating Facebook's sharing of data belonging to 87 million of its users. With the now defunct British political consulting firm, Cambridge Analytica, Facebook said in April that it expected to be fined up to $5 billion by the regulator. Wow. Facebook said in April that it expected to be fined up to $5 billion by the regulator. That's a chunk. Facebook's a dying breed anyways. Facebook, which owns one-time rivals Instagram and WhatsApp and has more than 1.5 billion daily users, has a huge influence in many countries and has been criticized for allowing misleading posts and so-called fake news on its service. Google has faced accusations that its web search service, which has become so dominant that it is now a verb, leads consumers to its own products at the cost of competitors. Please, everyone, use DuckDuckGo. The FTC settled an investigation on Google in 2013 with a reprimand. The company has been fined multiple times by European Union's competition regulator, most recently in March for 1.5 billion euros, $1.7 billion, in a case focused on illegal practices in search advertising brokering from 2006 to 2016. Legal experts have said U.S. regulators are unlikely to attempt to break up the technology giants. Man, So again, legal experts have said U.S. regulators are unlikely to attempt to break up the technology giants. It is rare to break up a company, but not unheard of. That's better news. With Standard Oil and AT&T being two of the biggest examples, U.S. antitrust probes more often result in an agreement to change certain business practices. So this is what is the big news, right, guys? That these antitrust probes need to go in there. They need to bring down these technocrat giants and size them up, because they're silencing our words. They're taking away from small business. They've wrecked malls. They're overcharging people and giving away free music, not paying Spotify musicians. This has got to stop, guys. The list goes on and on. I think we're all aware of how wrong and how greedy these big technocrat giants really are. My friends, if you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting. Don't forget to leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. You can donate to this channel by going to my PayPal or Patreon links in the description box below and keep this channel afloat. Also, there's a P.O. box if you would like to send stuff to the channel. You're more than welcome to. That is also in the description box below. My friends, please be kind and loving to one another, and I will speak with you all very soon. Have a great night. Bye-bye.